Welcome, readers. We're becoming such great readers, aren't we? We have learned so many ways to read words with more than one syllable. Today, we're going to continue to decode or read words with more than one syllable. One way we can attack these long words is by breaking the words into syllables and then putting the syllables back together to read the whole word. Remember, a syllable is a word part with one and only one vowel sound. The words that we're going to read today will have the same spelling pattern at the end of each word. It's the suffix age. Now, when we look at the suffix age, it looks a lot like the word age, doesn't it? Like your age could be 8 or 9 or 10. Those are examples of what your ages could be. But when we read the suffix age, it is usually pronounced this way: idge. Say that with me. Idge. As we read our words today, you'll notice that this suffix sounds like idge in these words. You'll probably also notice that when we read that syllable, idge, in these words, we're going to say it more quietly or less strongly than the other syllables in the words that we're reading. That's because idge is usually what we call an unaccented syllable. An unaccented syllable is said more quietly and more quickly than the other syllables in a word. We are going to loop and swoop these words with the suffix age. Read with me. Cabbage. Cabbage. This word is cabbage. What did you notice as we read this word? Well, first, you probably noticed that the age suffix sounded like age in this word. Did you notice which syllable we said most loudly or most strongly? Listen to the word again. Cabbage. Cabbage. The syllable that we say most strongly is the first syllable. That's because age is usually unaccented in a word, so we say it more quietly than the other syllables. Cabbage. Cabbage is a plant, and it looks a lot like lettuce. It grows from a seed, just like lettuce does. Now let's read our next word. Read with me. Advantage. Advantage. This word is advantage. What did you notice as we read that word? Did you notice our suffix at the end of the word? How did we pronounce it? Idge. With the T, it sounded like this, the last syllable. Tidge. What else did you notice as we read that word? Did you hear one syllable that we said more loudly than the other syllables? Listen again. Advantage. Advantage. This syllable, ban, is the accented or the strong syllable in the word. And then our suffix at the end is unaccented in this final syllable. It's said more quietly than the middle syllable. Listen to the word again. Advantage. An advantage is a good result that you get from something. For example, 2 advantages of growing your own garden are that you get great exercise and you have so many delicious fruits and vegetables for the summer. Let's read our final word. Read with me. Voyage. Voyage. This word is voyage. What did you notice about that word? Once again, you probably noticed our suffix, which we pronounced edge. Did you hear which syllable was accented or said more loudly? It was the syllable voy. When we pronounced it, we said it like this: voyage. That means that age, the age suffix, was unaccented because we said it more quietly. A voyage is a journey, usually by water or by space. Willow trees have seeds that can float on water for a long voyage before they find dry ground again. Isn't that pretty cool? Great work today reading words with the age suffix. Now that we've read these 3 example words, let's see if we can read more words like this in a story. As we read, see if there are any words that you might need to split into syllables to be able to read these words more accurately. Read with me. I planted the seeds my grandpa gave me. Some of them were cabbage seeds. When the seeds started to sprout, I drew an image of my garden to share with Grandpa. Now that we've read this, did you notice any words that were maybe challenging for you that you could have read more easily by looking for the syllables? One word that stuck out to me was the word that I read as cabbage. If you saw this word while reading a book and you weren't sure how to read it, you could look for the syllables in the word to be able to read the word more accurately. Remember, each syllable has one and only one vowel sound. So let's start by putting a dot under each vowel so we can make sure there's only one vowel sound in each syllable. Now let's look for vowel teams, two letters that work together to make one vowel sound. I don't see two vowels that are side by side, so I'm thinking there's not a vowel team in this word. That makes me think that there will be 3 syllables in this word. We'll have to check that out as we separate this into syllables and see if we need to make any changes. Now, I know the first syllable has to have the letter A because it's our first vowel. That means the letter C is part of that first syllable because the letter C cannot be a syllable by itself since it's a consonant and not a vowel. Then we have to decide what to do with the B and the B. Since they're both consonants and they're side by side within a word, I remember that we can often split syllables between those two consonants. That would make the second B part of the next syllable. That would put the B and the A together, and look what I noticed at the end. It's the A-G-E suffix. We pronounce that as idge, idge. That only has one vowel sound, doesn't it? But there are 2 vowels, and I was thinking there would be 2 different syllables here. Why is there only one vowel sound with those 2 vowels? I see. The silent E in this second syllable doesn't make its own vowel sound. That's why they can both stick together and only make one vowel sound in that suffix, idge. So I think all 4 of those letters will work together. Even though there are 2 vowels here, there should only be one vowel sound. Let's loop and swoop this word together. Cabbage, cabbage. This word is cabbage. Great work using the A-G-E suffix to read words with more than one syllable. Now that we've practiced reading these words, let's see if we can spell some words with the A-G-E suffix. Now that we've had great practice reading words with the unaccented A-G-E suffix, let's see if we can spell some of these words. When we spell words with more than one syllable, we like to visualize the number of syllables in the word. Then we can think about each syllable and listen to those sounds and find the letters that match the sounds. Let's practice that. Our first word is garbage. Say that with me. Garbage. Do you have your paper ready? How many parts do you hear in the word garbage? I hear 2 syllables in garbage. Gar-bidge. On our papers, let's draw 2 lines, one for each syllable. Now, let's start with the syllable gar. Gar. Stretch out that syllable and write the letters that match the sounds that you hear in gar. I hear g-r, g-r. Does your syllable match mine? This is the syllable gar. Now we just need to write the syllable bidge, bidge. What do you hear in the syllable bidge? I hear the b and then the idge suffix, which we've been practicing reading that, so we should know how to spell it also. First, let's start with b, and now let's add the age suffix. Do you remember how it's spelled? A-G-E. Now that we have both parts, let's put them together to make the whole word. Garbage. Garbage. This is the word garbage. Great job. Let's try this again with the word shortage. Say that with me. Shortage. How many parts or syllables do you hear in shortage? I hear 2 syllables. Short, edge. Short, edge. Let's draw 2 lines on our paper for each of those syllables. Now, let's start with the first syllable, short. What sounds do you hear in short? I hear sh, o, r, t. I hear 4 sounds. Let's write down the letters that match the sounds that we hear. Sh, o, r, t. Short. Did you match my spelling? This is the syllable short. Now, to finish this word, we need the suffix idge. Short, idge. Let's write the idge suffix using the letters we've learned. A, G, E. Now that we have both of our syllables written, let's put them together to make the whole word. Short, edge. Shortage is our word. A shortage is a situation when there is not enough of something. In the summer, there is never a shortage of tomatoes in my garden. There are always so many tomatoes. Now, our last word for today is advantage. Advantage. Say that word with me. Advantage. How many syllables do you hear in the word advantage? I hear 3. Advantage. Advantage. Let's draw 3 lines for each of the syllables. Now, let's start with the first syllable. The word is advantage. The first syllable is id. Id. Write down the letters that you think match the sounds in that syllable. I'll write them down here. Now, that first vowel might have tricked you because the A is making the schwa sound in this syllable. It's not making the A sound that we expect. Instead, it sounds like this. Id, id, just like that. Now, let's move on to the next syllable. Advantage. Advan is the next syllable. Let's stretch that out. Van. I hear 3 sounds in van. V, and. Write down the letters that you think match those sounds. V, A, N. Now we have advan, and we need our last syllable. Tidge. I hear t, and then the idge suffix. Let's write that down. Idge. Does your word match mine? Let's put it all together to make our word advantage. Advantage. Here is the word advantage. Great work today with reading and spelling words with the A-G-E suffix. Remember, when you come to these long words that are difficult to read, you can look for the syllables to be able to read the word more accurately. You can also chunk words into syllables while you're trying to spell them so that you spell words more accurately. Until we meet next time, practice these strategies while you are reading and writing. I'm so glad we get to meet again soon to learn more words together.
This program is made possible in part by the Michigan Department of Education, the State of Michigan, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Additional support by viewers like you. Thank you.